Hello and welcome back to FreeCodeCamp's ES6 introduction. This is compare scopes of the var and let keywords. It says when you declare a variable with the var keyword, it is declared globally or locally if declared inside a function. The let keyword behaves similarly, but with some extra features. When you declare a variable with the let keyword inside a block, statement, or expression, its scope is limited to that block, statement, or expression. For example, we have here a var num array, and it's assigned an empty array. Then we use this for loop to loop through the numbers 0 up until I is less than 3. And that would obviously give us 0, 1, and 2 inside of our num array. If we log out our num array down here, we would see it would return that 0, 1, and 2 array. If we were to log I, it would return 3, and that's because I was updated up until 3, and when 3 was evaluated as being less than 3, it did return false, so it stayed at 3. With the var keyword, I is declared globally. So when I++ is executed, it updates the global variable. This code is similar to the following. Here we have again num array, an empty array. We declare var I here. We say for I is equal to 0. Increment I up until it reaches, until it's less than 3. Or until that returns false. Num array gets pushed those values, so similarly as above, it would return an array with 0, 1, and 2. And if we log I, it would return 3. So this behavior will cause problems if you were to create a function and store it for later use inside a for loop that uses the I variable. And this is because the stored function will always refer to the value of the updated global I variable. And here we have that demonstrated. We have var print num2, and we say our for loop is the same, but within this for loop, if I is equal to 2, we want to do this function here, which is print num2 function, and we want it to return I. So we want it to return 2 here, but if we console.log and then run our print num2 function, we see it returns 3. And as you can see, print num2 prints 3 and not 2, and this is because the value assigned to I was updated, and the print num2 returns the global I and not the value I had when the function was created in the for loop. The let keyword does not follow this behavior. So this is using let. So let print num2, and then we have our for loop, which we'll go through again up until I is less than 3, or until that returns false. So here we would expect it that when it meets this requirement, I is equal to 2, and then we do the print num2 and assign to it the returned I value, then it should return 2 in this case. And if we console.log print num2 function, we do see it returns 2. And if we try to log I, it would return I is not defined. And this is because it was not declared in the global scope. It's only declared within the for loop statement. Print num2 returns the correct value because 3 different I variables with unique values, 0, 1, and 2, were created by the let keyword within the loop statement. So fix the code so that I declared in the if statement is a separate variable than I declared in the first line of the function. Be certain not to use the var keyword anywhere in your code. This exercise is designed to illustrate the difference between how var and let keywords assign scope to the declared variable. When programming a function similar to the one used in this exercise, it is often better to use different variable names to avoid confusion. And let's see what they mean by that. We have var I, and that's function scope, because we're within the function. And then we have this if true. We want I to be block scope, which refers to this block here. And we want those to be treated as two different I's. Or, yeah. So that the I declared in the if statement is separate than I declared in the first line. So we can do that by using the let keywords. And here, similarly, let. So this would treat these two I's as two different, basically two different I's. And like it says here, it's better not to name them both, even though we can. It's better to name these two different things. What they're just trying to point out is the way let allows us to point at a specific block or part of our code, like it says up here. It gives us the extra features of when you declare a variable with let inside of a block statement or expression, its scope is limited to that block statement or expression. And if we run this, let's see, we passed, we did get it. So again, that's the most important thing with differentiating var and let, is it does give us those extra features of when we use it, it's limited to that block statement or expression. If you're getting that, you're getting this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.